What's good, y'all? Welcome to another video. This time we have the Storm Collectibles Injustice Doomsday, the biggest boy that we've ever gotten from Storm Collectibles. He is indeed the tallest that we've gotten so far. Posted a few pictures on my Instagram, but now I'm jumping into the video here so we can kind of, have some fun. And I gotta honestly say, it's my first real Doomsday. I've borrowed a few Doomsdays from friends, but I've never actually owned my own, so it's pretty cool to have this guy. Unfortunately, I won't have another Doomsday comparison, but I have a bunch of other stuff to compare to. So let's knock that out. If you're here for a Doomsday comparison, I'm not the guy. Sorry, y'all. But shout out to Dallas, because Dallas, I need you to know that I'm gonna have Doomsday beat the bricks off Superman, and you took it like a champ. So I appreciate that. Secondly, real shout out to Some Collectibles. You guys got this over to me so I can review it, and I do appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. But anyway, let's jump into the big boy, right? He is so big that I've had to adjust my kind of setup to where it can fit most of him, but not all of him. It's really actually pretty nice. This guy actually looks really dope. I like the Injustice design. It's a real sleek pattern way where our Doomsday is spiky in certain areas, but not spiky everywhere. Because that spiky everywhere thing can definitely get out of hand very quickly and kind of ruin a figure. Although I do like the classic one as well too. I really do like this rendition. So, as you can see here, we have our spiky chinned man here, which I guess this kind of works as a beard or whatever was relating to the rest of his hair. And then we have our actual hair, which is braided up to a nice little ponytail here. It's very neat. I wonder who does Doomsday's braids. For real. Then we have our soft centerpiece chest. This would allow movement still when you're moving this guy around to pretty much beat the bricks off anyone you're going to choose beating the bricks off of. We have our standard spiky shoulders. These are not made of soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about them warping. And I really like that idea because warped spikes definitely don't look cool. So they definitely took it to, hey, this is for an adult collector, not for children. So you can kind of keep that in mind. Along our arm, we have a few more spikes, as well as here at the shoulder, and the 3 at the knuckles, which definitely meant for, beating the bricks off your dude. So, as far as articulation goes, we can have a look that goes up. You can see you can look up. You can look straight forward, looking down just a little bit, not too much, but just a smidget. You can actually tilt side to side with no problem. And as you can see, it came off by wiggling around slowly and upwardly. We have our standard soft plastic from Storm Collectibles that I've grown to actually really love. It actually helps me push figures to the limit, and I'm actually really, really fine with that. As far as our arm goes, so we have an arm that can actually still rotate all the way around with really no issues. We have our standard butterfly joint, which can rotate in and rotate backwards. You're gonna get that gap here if you rotate out a little too far. But yeah, overall, really good. We have an arm that goes up. Let me see about this. I'm gonna push it to its limit. Nope, you push it too far, it'll come out the socket. So this is as far as you will get going outward. So you can Hulk punch this guy or whoever it is you're gonna Hulk punch. You can actually rotate this bicep swivel. And even though there is a double joint, we all know that muscle mass is gonna get in the way. So this is about as far up as you'll go, right? You rotate all of that down. This butterfly joint is really nice. I like that. Now that we've mushed them all up and that you see that soft plastic folds in, you're gonna see about your ab crunch, which goes incredibly far forward, as you see here. We can tilt side to side. We can even go backwards. Soft plastic allows you to move around the way you want. So if it doesn't align, you can always readjust. Be careful of it getting caught in the back. As you see, I had to fold that out. That'll keep it firm and nice and in a position for you to pose it up how you want. Then you still have your lower torso swivel. This can go left and right. This can also go just a wee bit forward, nothing too crazy, but it has some movement going backwards, so keep that in mind. And as far as our legs go, our legs can go pretty far forward. They are double jointed as well, and they're gonna stop where the muscle mass kind of meet with the shorts. There we go. We have forwards, backwards, toe pivot, very stiff on mine, and we have ankle pivot as well. So the big boy here can definitely get the job done in terms of look. I really like it. So don't forget, going outward, you can go about this far. Considering my joints are really tight, just bear with me. I haven't had a chance to really lubricate them, so sorry about all the squeaking. I know it's really loud, so I apologize. But yeah, Doomsday definitely has the look and definitely can pulverize. So I'm a fan of this. I really am, because you get the nice mix of articulation and look. And this guy definitely has it. You know what I mean? So even if I hunch him over, he's still going to tower over a ton of people, which is definitely something, you know, you see him do a lot. So it's really nice to have a variety of what you want to do or what you have planned. With this, I mean, I think we can get a really good Solomon Grundy, like out of Doomsday or Bane body type. So you definitely know what you're getting into. You know what I mean? We have our standard peg articulation. As you can see here, I'm rotating it around. Oh, you can do that nice little cross arm. There we go. Put them up, put them up. So yeah, Doomsday overall, I like it. It's pretty solid. And even though this is still just a prototype, it's really nice to see how far it's come, even though it's a final production sample. Now, as far as accessories, we don't get a lot. So unfortunately, if you expect Doomsday to come with a bunch of stuff, that's not gonna happen. This guy's a straight brawler. So we have our yelling head, right? Which isn't too far different from the other head, but the mouth difference and the elongatedness definitely changes around. And the eyes are more prominent here, especially with the scowling part of the face, right? Then we have our grappling hands. These are going to be hands for if you want to hold another character. So let's say you have, from using this for size comparison, but let's say you have somebody like Mafek Superman. As you can see here, he can easily grab Superman's entire neck around just his hand. So this is something you can definitely use. Or even just this whole head. Just you feel like gripping the head, grip the whole head. That's something you can use with either one of those hands. And then you have your open, relaxed hands, which can be really used for dominating like photos, or if you want to use to reach out for something like that. The thing I like the most is that you definitely have to be careful, because even though these are soft plastic knuckles, they definitely still hurt. So be very careful. Now that we've covered pretty much everything that he comes with, how he looks, let's go jump into the size comparison, right? Let's do that. Now we're here for my favorite part, which is the size comparison. This is the part where I pretty much compare the things that I have to show you guys what's going on size-wise. Now, like I said previously, Doomsday might be our biggest boy to date, and I do believe that's true. I bring out all the large dudes that I have from Storm Collectibles, as well as a few other lines. So, here he is with Sagat, one of the biggest normal human characters, besides Bane. Here we are with Goro. And he's just a tad bit taller than Goro, but Goro's ponytail would technically make Goro taller, right? But as you can see, if we're talking about just shoulder length, it's definitely all Doomsday. You know what I mean? So yeah. Taking these guys away, we're gonna talk about two other larger dudes that I have. So here we have Lobo, who looks like a tiny dude next to Doomsday. And then we have Bane himself. You know what I mean? So again, if we're talking about larger characters, Doomsday is officially the tallest Storm Collectibles we have, because we already know that Bane is bigger than Alex and Zangief, so there's no reason to even put those guys in there, but we already know that. Next up, I do want to show you guys what he's like next to the Axe Battler from Golden Axe. As you can see, he would technically, and he's on the larger side of human characters, and he still towers over him. Then we're going to use his dragon as just an example, and even he's much bigger than the dragon too, right? Take these guys away. Let's compare it to some other stuff, as well as other Storm Collectible stuff, and you'll see that these guys, my main man Mike Tyson, who I've always wanted to fight Doomsday with, I'm definitely gonna have a nice time shooting this. So here's Mike next to Doomsday. Here's Hayachi Mishima, and at this point I could put people in front of Doomsday and it wouldn't even make a difference, right? Here is a Scorpion from Storm Collectibles. And as you can see, he is immediately much bigger than everyone else, right? Move these guys over. Jumping into some other lines, we have stuff like Superman. So we're definitely going to compare a few Supermen. And as you saw earlier, I have the Mafex one here to compare to, as well as the NECA and the Mezco one. So here's Mafex Superman with Doomsday. Here is the Mezco Superman with Doomsday. And next up, we have the NECA Superman with Doomsday. And I think the NECA Superman is probably going to be the best one to fit in style with Doomsday. But I'm pretty sure you can make any of this work, because if Doomsday is going to tower over him, All of these are great selections to choose from, but if you want like the better height to look at just standing, the NECA one may work the best, right? Next up, we're gonna compare it to some Mezco stuff. So I have my Wolverine out, and he's a little smaller, right? So we have him. Then we have a Mythic Legions Barbarian. And we have a Mythic Legions Ogre. And even he is tiny compared to Doomsday. Oh, as well as I took out the SHF Wonder Woman. In case you guys want to mix and match your stuff. You see just how tiny she is as well too. Right? Then we have other smaller stuff. Like 1000 Toy Synthetic Human. Who, as you can see, just as tiny as Wonder Woman. And he's even scared to stand up next to him. And we have an SH Figuarts Kamen Kuga to show one of the smallest scales besides Figma. Right? These guys are all tiny compared to Doomsday. And he is just a towering, just awesome. But hopefully I can make these photos look good for you guys, because it's going to be really hard to fit this big guy in such little spaces that I use. So hopefully I can really make it work. In the meantime, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, shout out to Storm Collectibles for sending him over, letting me get a crack at him. I do appreciate that. As always, guys, hope you found it informative. And please, be good, do good, drink your water. Later.